sorry about the bumpiness and the engine revving. We are in a landfill at the moment, and it's going to be bumpy and all the rest of it. That gives you some idea of the work I do. You've got to get it just right as well, otherwise you can't get out of the fucking place. Anyway, what I want to know is, are you going to fall for the next wave of bullshit? Do you remember how we all fell, well, some of us did, some of us didn't, fell for the first one, that this thing was a killer, this latest vaccine, virus I should say, the latest illness, what do you want to call it, right? The latest bollocks as it turned out, right? Was so tragic and so bad that we all had to wear masks, and to be honest, our future wasn't guaranteed it was that bad. And they scared the living shit out of every poor bastard going, right? Some of us, old conspiracy theorists here, right, and a few others went, hang on a minute, this ain't adding up. So we pulled back and said, you know what, I'm not playing your game. What I want to know is, after the latest shit that's coming out at the moment saying that they want the British public to mask up again and that this thing that's coming is bad, I mean, they already said they were planning for the next virus, so they've obviously planned the next vaccine. So if they say that this thing's out there and it's terrible, and what we need to do is we need to lock down and we need to mask up and we need to protect and vaccine and all that sort of shit, are any of you going to fall for that this time? Or are you actually going to go, tell you what, suck my festering balls if you're a bloke, or suck on my chebs if you're a bird, right? Just wondering, because I'm wondering, there are people out there that, you know, when you go to Costa Coffee, you get your thing stamped and then you get a free one, right? There are people out there that have had every fucking vaccine going and they actually act like it's a fucking medal. Honestly, it's like they're collecting stamps, and I'm sure at the end of it, they'll get their just reward. It's called a heart attack. Sorry, I meant stroke. And it does make you wonder that these people that call themselves long COVID, that biggest bollocks going, that's either vaccine damage or a tired cunt looking to get out of work. But anyway, these are all just purely my views and not that of the World Economic Forum. Sorry, the World Health Organization. That's a joke, isn't it, really? What have they done for people's health? Well, to be honest, when we look back in years to come, I'm sure they'll look at this as a mini genocide, which is exactly what it was. Population reduction. Well, when you get the people that are pushing all this stuff, and the same people that say we need to reduce the population, and then people start dropping down dead of all these things, and oh, sure, there's no correlation. Well, say what you like. What I want to know, though, is if they come out with this shit saying you can't go out without a mask, you're not allowed to go out unless you distance 2 meters. You're not allowed to go anywhere unless you have another vaccine, which we're conveniently made up for this very thing that's just come out, and it's already to roll out, just so happens at the exact same time, because we need to flatten the curve and all that shit. Are you going to fall for it? That's what I want to know. Or are you going to be like some of us and tell them, like we did the first time, that they can go and fuck themselves? That's exactly what I'm interested in knowing. I'd love to hear what you've got to say in the comments, because you are not going to get any of your chemicals into me, you fucking murderous cunts, all right? And I looked at the way that you're just going over a wheel wash, by the way. I looked at the way you treated the old people that died lonely. I've looked at the way that you restricted people's treatment for things like cancer and other things like that, because these people that hadn't had your jab hadn't made the money. And I mean, it was the biggest change in history ever. Doctors went from what we thought was serving the public to shutting its doors to generally sick people and jabbing the fuck out of everything all day long, every day, and making themselves an absolute fucking mint. And I mean a mint, right? As I say, there were people who weren't millionaires before it that were after. There were people that were millionaires before it that became billionaires, all right? And it affected the economy in a way that's not been done before, all right? Many small businesses went out of business because they were working on a tight string, and COVID was just enough to fuck them up, all right? Many big companies grew massively, all right? I mean, it seemed to me that what it was a massive wealth transfer, and obviously a fucking genocide. Now, I'm saying this because, to be honest, if I get banned off this channel, right, it wouldn't be a bad thing, right? In so much as it's not getting any traction, and it would just have to make me start another channel, so it's no big deal. But with Donald Trump coming out and actually saying that vaccine damage, that people are going to be held accountable, and that things like all these people that got booted out of their jobs, me being one of them, I lost now, I reckon, somewhere in the region of about 35 grand in loss of earnings, right? For sticking to my guns and having principles. Do I regret that? No. I regret not having the money, but I don't regret the choice that I made, because in fairness, once you start capitulating, where does it end? But what I want to know is, how will you deal with it? Now, there's people here that are watching this that did have the vaccine the first time, and I can't blame you. You were put under massive amounts of pressure. I understand. Would you do it again if they tried to stop you going on holiday or seeing your family? Given what we now know about the last round of fucking horribleness. Let me know what you say, or what you think in the comments. I'm keen to know. And I'm gonna have to watch this video back to see if it's even watchable with me bouncing around all over the place, but that's my job. It's rough as fuck. Which is why you'll always see tipper trucks caked in shit and getting repaired a lot, because they get battered to fuck. And I'm a gentle driver on one of these, so you can imagine what some of them go through there like. Fucking airborne. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and I'll see you all in a bit.